A very warm welcome to you, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us on Politics Tonight. I am Olajumoke Olatunji. The Nigerian Senate has confirmed the nomination of 12 members for the Monetary Policy Committee of the Central Bank of Nigeria, with a charge to immediately formulate policies to salvage the country's ailing economy. On the interview segment for today, we shall be discussing governance in Nigeria as 60 National Assembly members push for parliamentary democracy, with Yaya Tanko Baba as a professor of political institutions and comparative politics, Department of Political Science, Usmanu Danfodio University in Sokoto State. Welcome to Politics Tonight, everyone. Please stay with us on the right back. Welcome back, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. Now, let's begin with some developments in the polity. The Lagos State government is set to identify 1,000 caterers, popularly called Mama Put, across the state where people can walk in and eat on a daily basis for free. Governor of Lagos State also said 42 markets will be created for residents to buy foodstuff at a subsidized rate. He made this known during a media chat tagged Sanwo-Olu Speaks at the Lagos House and Marina. Senior correspondent Adedrida Salam-Adeniyi reports.
It's more like an annual general meeting. Journalists from different media, social media and traditional media are eager to hear Governor Sanwo-Olu and also ask salient questions affecting residents. As Nigerians are presently grappling with the ripple effect of the federal government's decision to remove fuel subsidy and the foreign exchange crisis, the governor acknowledged the tough time citizens are going through. For him, there are plans for Lagos residents to ease their burden.
From this weekend, we're throwing back a 25% reduction on all public transportation, on our trains, on our ferry services. Immediately from next week, we're working out a plan where civil servants from level 0, from 1 to 14, will come to the office maximum 3 times a week.
Answering questions on palliative, the governor said there is plan to set up Sunday markets and also ease the burden concerning health.
About 42 markets in Lagos, stable, food items. But this time, you'll be buying, but you'll be buying at a reduced cost. We're going to cap what you can buy at not more than 25,000, and we'll be giving you a 25% rebate immediately there. We're doing a food purchase and redistribution that will cover about 300,000 households. We want to identify Mama Put, caterers that are in your do, and we want to be able to feed between 1,000 and 1,500 in every local government per day, at the first instance for the next, 30 to 60 days. So immediately, where all our 31 general hospitals will be given free child delivery, either during normal birth or cesarean birth, we will take up the cost so that we reduce the pressure. We are also working with them to reduce the cost of some particular types of drugs, hypertension, diabetes, and we can give a rebate at our hospitals.
On urban renewal, Governor Sanwo-Olu said Lagos State government is not targeting any tribe, gender or religion before embarking on demolition exercise. The media chat is part of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu's plan for regular engagements with Lagos residents. The input from journalists would help provide information that will guide government's decision on planned programs before their implementation and engender swift intervention on matters that affect the people. Adedoja Salam-Adeniyi, TVC News, Lagos.
The Senate's ad hoc Committee on Constitution Review has set a 24-month target to complete the constitution review exercise. The committee also says it will work in synergy while deepening consultations while being guided by laws and rules of legislative business. Chairman of the committee, Senator Jibril Barao, said this at the inaugural meeting of the committee and emphasized the committee's duties, which will involve proposed amendments to the 1999 Constitution. Members of the committee, in their various contributions, implored the committee to be time-conscious and also avoid any controversial matters that may delay the process.
Consult and engage engage critical stakeholders in a way that will ensure that bills passed by the National Assembly will be approved by the houses of our Assembly and assented to by Mr. President.
There's no doubting the fact that, as has been explained, this is a very critical time in the life of our country, and we are not expected to do business as usual. A lot of issues will have to be dealt with by this committee.
One critical area which I would like this particular committee to address is the question of time. We always waste so much time until the end of the session. And by the time we now compile everything and take to Mr. President for assent, it's too late. And if he says that he will not assent to certain parts of the bills, then we end up not being able to do anything again about it.
We shouldn't take this job very lightly, and I believe that God will be on our side, because we will continue to remain focused and mean well for our country.
Ahead of the governorship election in Edo State, Deputy Governor of the state, Philip Shaibu, has been elected parallel candidate of the People's Democratic Party. The state's People's Democratic Party earlier today held a parallel governorship primary that produced the state deputy governor as the candidate for the September 21 election, while some delegates were being accredited to proceed to the Samuel Ogemudia Stadium, venue of the primary election. Another set of delegates met in a facility in Commercial Avenue where they announced Shuaibu as the candidate of the PDP. The PDP in the state have been factionalized ahead of the governorship poll slated for September this year.
After doing the counting of this primary election, Philip Shaibu has a score of 301. Therefore, we hereby declare Philip Shaibu as the authentic elected candidate for this election in PDP.
The House of Representatives says it awaits the concurrence of the Senate to name the National Assembly Service Commission building after late Speaker Gali Nahaba. The Speaker announced this at a valedictory session to honor the former Speaker who passed on in December 2023. National Assembly correspondent Trekadisa reports.
Former and serving members of the National Assembly gathered to appreciate the life and times of one of their own and the Speaker of Nigeria's Fourth Republic.
He has exemplified in his life.
The Speaker, Abbas Tajuddin, flags off the valedictory session with an opening speech. He described Mr. Nahaba as a titan of democracy whose tenure laid the foundation of a robust and independent legislature.
We have passed a resolution to name the National Assembly Service Commission new building here after Honorable Gali Nahaba.
A moment of emotions as former and serving legislators took turns to celebrate the man, Gali Nahaba. They described the late Speaker as one who lived and died for the downtrodden. Their appeal is that those in authority should prioritize the welfare and well-being of the masses.
Our nation has lost the talents, the experience, and the courage of a principled, progressive, and passionate politician who spoke the truth as he understood it and was never afraid.
Democracy today is 24 years. We are dealing with a population, young voters who have no military experience. So we have no military excuse to give them.
Gali Nahaba was a leader of repute. He lived what he preached. He was a detribalized leader.
And he said to me, I'm not worried at all what is going on in the villa. Because when they remove me, certainly I am not the best among equals. I am only one among equals, and certainly there will be another Gali that will emerge from the house.
Gali Nahaba was speaker between 1999 and 2003. It is on record that his tenure fought relentlessly for the independence of the legislature. The fourth house, under his leadership, vetoed former President Olusegun Obasanjo's assent to the Niger Delta Development Commission bill. It remains the only parliament bold and courageous enough to veto presidential assent for a bill to become law. Joke Yadsa, TVC News, Abuja.